Привет! Welcome to the Object 432U Tech Tree Showcase, where I've nearly had a mental breakdown during this. In this video, I will go from Tier 5 all the way up to Tier 11 to show you how to perform, but more importantly, and really importantly for this one, what to watch out for along the way. We start out at Tier 5 with the T-34. This has 85 alpha damage with 112 standard penetration. The pre-rounds being APCR then bumped that up to 189 pen, very good for Tier 5. The HE rounds on this vehicle are only 29 pen, but 95 alpha, so not really that usable if we're honest. You do have a 1.8 second reload time, and that gives you 2,800 DPM. 0.31 dispersion, and a 2.12 second aim time though. This gun is super nice, but only up close. At further distances, you really don't want to be doing that. The reason being is that you will not finish the aiming before you then reload. So you're constantly battling, waiting for the aim time to finish before you can then fire. But other than that, up close, this thing is absolutely deadly. It's basically an autoloader that never needs a long reload. You have 650 hit points, which is absolutely fine for Tier 5. You go 56 km/h forwards, 20 reverse, and a 19 power to weight nearly. You have okay camo at 17%, and we don't have a camo crew, so this is actually pretty good. And you have 445 meters view range. We are using optics, along with vents and food. But this being Tier 5, it is nice to see that we don't need to run binos. When it comes to the armor of this vehicle, forget it. You do not have any armor. You are going to get penned by pretty much everybody you meet. You might be able to side scrape a little bit. Okay, fair enough. But mostly, they're going to go straight through the turret and the hull armor. The T-34 can be very deadly at this tier, and it's pretty fun to play. I don't really think anybody is going to struggle with this tank, because it is insanely good. Just make sure you're not sniping at long ranges. We're just going to go over to this side. Like, Tier 5, I mean, we have a look here. You know, he's gaming. Oh, don't worry, the other lightly armored tank is on its way as well. We hit these, look at that. This gun's very nice, though. This has so much DPM. Although the alpha is pretty useless. Not really wanting to peek that again, if I'm honest. We need to just isolate a tank and just pew, 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 all the time. That's what we need. Not really. I wasn't really expecting a Stug to come around the corner. Can we just bully the KV-1? What gun does the KV-1 have at the moment? 85? There's the 85. Can't really bully the KV-1. I think we're going to go around to where our KV-1 has gone. It's time to do the flanking maneuver. Even a Valentine AT is in the middle. Look at this. Right, their T-34 is going to come around here, and we'll be able to shoot him. I won't lie to you. I thought he was going to stop and shoot rather than just keep going. But sure, that works, I guess. I don't know if we can have any type of like side scraping potential in this. Probably not. Oh, a big fat B2 is... B1 is dead there. Literally blocking everything. Look at it. We may be in trouble. We do the flanking again. Maybe I can find the Matilda, actually. I found the Matilda. Does he not want to fight? Come on, Matilda, come fight. It's a beautiful one-on-one fight. We should be able to finish this. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, or we just can't finish it at all. Where is he? There's too many bushes in the way. Finish. Wait. Does he just keep going? I mean, it's Tier 5, of course. Right, turns out I didn't know what gun he had. Oh, I'm dead. Man, where did the team go? Oh. I did not know the M5 shooter has that gun. I was expecting just like a one shot and that was it. Wait, nearly 1.7? 4 kills? Apply. At tier 6, we have the T-34-85. Alpha damage has increased to 180 now, with 144 standard penetration. The pre-round being APCR, all the way up to 194 pen. HE on this vehicle is 44 pen with 300 alpha. You have a 4.73 second reload time with 2,200, nearly 2,300 DPM, 0.32 accuracy, and a 2-second aim time. This is a very nice step up in the gun department because you're going up a tier now. A lot of the time, these low alpha damage guns are not super suited for higher tier gameplay. Whereas this sort of gun, where it has decent enough alpha damage, but still good DPM and good reload time, is a nice sweet spot. You can actually go and play long distances now because you don't have to worry about your aim time being worse than the reload. And it's okay accuracy wise that you can actually do that as well. So this is a good all-purpose style tank, whereas the T-34 was more of a close quarters and just being very, very annoying, rapid, quick succession shots. You have 950 hit points, you got 54 kilometers hour forwards, 20 reverse, and 19.68 power to weight. You have 17% camo while stationary, and you have 460 meters view range, again using the same equipment as the previous tank. When it comes to the armor of this vehicle, it is a lot better than a tier 5. But only in the turret. You see, the hull armor is still going to get penned by everyone, and you will still get penned in the turret pretty much face on. However, there are ricochet angles either side, but you still have a cupola. The rest of it is pretty similar to what you would expect from the tier 5, so very similar playstyle in that regard. However, the upper hull is only 20 millimeters thick, which means that most tanks that you meet will actually be able to overmatch you, especially if they're higher tier. And because this actually overlaps over the top of the normal armor, you could actually get overmatched when you're normally side scraping. So just keep that in mind if you are getting penned while side scraping. Overall, the T-34 though is a perfect continuation of the line and sets you up for the rest of the line going forwards. It teaches you how to play these tanks. It's a good all-purpose, all-round medium tank, and it will teach you about medium tanks in this game. If you want to learn about medium tanks, learning them at lower tier is very, very good. And with this tank in particular, it's a perfect way of doing so. Right, on Cliff. I love Cliff. It's so... Where are my heavy tanks going? What are they doing? Yep, they're snipers. It's fine. Don't worry, the KV-2R is also over here. I almost just watched the T-20 get shot by a KV-2R in slow motion. Is there anywhere that I can shoot here? I mean, the KV-2 is going to blind this bush again. My heavy tank number 6 is genuinely a sniper. I need premium. What's the alpha on this? 180? That's pretty good. I always get surprised when I come back to tanks that I haven't played for a while. There's the Oni here as well. I might just go to the middle. I'm going to the middle. Goodbye. Heavy tank check. 1 second. T-29 is still there. Heavy tank number 6 is still there. Fantastic. Do I... Wait. 1 second. He had fun. Very enjoyable. Do I just peek up to the mid? Or do we... What? The T-37 should spot that, so we should be winning this regardless. I'm just thinking that, do I just cross this? I need to try and find a way to actually get damage into this game, but currently that seems to be a lot harder than anything else. I mean, the enemy team is trying their best to lose the game. They shouldn't be able to push this, so I'm going to go up to here and see if I can spot anything at the back, and then we can also shoot across onto this. Like this Skoda. Hello. Aim, 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 aim. Shoot! Very good. Very, very good. Not quite. Will I finish you? No. Spotting though. Always good. We may be able to spot the artillery and then some TDs as well. Hello. Goodbye. Are there any enjoyers at the back of the map that I can spot? We know the 88 is already down here. So Jackson and T78 are the other people I want to find. Where are you looking? You're looking over that way. Okay, they're both over here. That is a slight problem because I can't spot that. Can we blind the artillery? No, not without over-peaking everything. Yeah, there's people coming up, mate. Here's the big gun. Mistake. Good. Good. That was an enjoyable time. That was a very enjoyable time, actually. I don't know how they get up when my whole entire team is over here, but sure. My T-29 still doesn't want to play the game. At least the heavy tank number 6 has moved in. Just do damage! What are you trying to track him for? Where are you off to? Right, you could have just killed the Oni together, but yep. That's fine. Kill the Jackson first. The Oni now put another shot. Oh, Jesus. T-29 check. 1 second. Yep, it's going well. He's going to die. No, he's not, because he's just going to ignore it. Why did you not just shoot the time? What? Oh, I know. I've got a gun that reloads in like 2 seconds. I'm just going to run away now. Ah. Listen. Mate, where is my T-29 going? My T-29 is... He's off on a mission. He's moving away from the enemy. The more that I do these videos, the more it is less about the tanks and less about just what I see on my journey up to tier 11. Right, my T-29. Look, listen. I believe in my T-29. Okay, as much as he may have been looking at a house for the last 20 minutes, I believe he will win. I mean, he's still got all his health. He's fully upgraded. I like this. I like my chances. We're winning. Everything is ready. Truth be told, he can't actually really do too much at the moment. I mean, he could go and peek up here and then use his armor. Listen, the T-29, I think, is just a new player. Everything is fine. The T-20s are trying to play the game. That's good. He has 42,000 games. No, he doesn't. My T-29 is a 5-head, right? He is going around to then deal with anyone that's over this way. Because the T-20 was last spotted over there. Or the T-78, whichever one it was. They're now both at the back. He's been on a mission to secure that area. 5-head strategy. Area secured? Yep. Moving to the next location. Uh-oh. Wait, is this one in trouble? He's definitely in trouble. If this T-20 dies, there's a big issue. Uh-oh. Is RT incoming? Wait, it's for him. Okay. Back to our T-29 friend. Just go. Just go. Go, T-29. Speed! He'll clearly listen to someone that's anonymized on his team. I mean, the T-20 has a pretty big issue trying to dodge all the artillery at the moment. Look, he's now going to come to here. He'll spot the artillery. He'll get the kill. Watch. Ready? Either that or he's going to drive off a cliff and lose all his hit points. It's over there. It's over there. He's there. He's already better than me. He hasn't flipped his tank. I would have flipped it there. I'm telling you, he's going to spot the artillery. He'll get the kill. Look, here he is. Here he goes. Well played. We're on Malanovka. The hill is where I belong. Now listen, there is a Leffe on the enemy team. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything is fine. You know, every single time I get on Malanovka now and it's a low tier game and I see a KV-1 going to the base, I think it is the god tier gamer himself that I had in my, what was it? Was it the Ares Tactory Showcase that I done? Yeah. I get worried. Is it even worth me going to the hill? My KV-2 is going here. My Churchill 7 is at least trying. I feel so sorry for him. He's at stock as well. That's so sad. Look how slow it is. He's on his way. He's trying his best. It's not even his fault. My KV-2 is spotted. It's just... Oh, okay, the KV-2 is a big Chad. He doesn't care. Yep, I'll peek up. I'll shoot that. I'll go back down. Don't take any damage. Should help the Churchill. I should. I will be your engine. Look at this. Here we go. Yes, yes. Wait, let me fist you. Wait. Look at that. Yes. My KV-1 still hasn't left the base. Do you reckon he is him? I'm also a little bit worried. Where is the enemy team? Okay. Stuff has been knocked out. Detective Max will now establish. Tree has fallen. Therefore, people are here. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I am very smart, as we all know. He's a genius. Even he understands. More stuff is falling. Now, I would love to push up to this rock, but if I do that, and then there's people at the back, that's not going to end very well. Oh! Spotting! Wait, do I have a Leffe? Oh, good. He's just completely ruined. Wait. The next time he gets spotted, Leffe will... Yep, it just keeps going. Leffe after Leffe shot will now just keep pummeling him. I will let my VK go as a test subject. This is why I didn't want to push up. You end up in this scenario where you're just getting shot from everywhere, and no matter what you do now, you're just going to take damage. This is good that we spotted him again, though. Leffe will give him some lovely treatment. There's not that much treatment going on. Well, it's time for me to shoot. I was kind of hoping that my team would do some damage. They have not. I mean, my shot hit. Give me premium, please. Try again. I mean, I could just use HE at this point. Alright, here we go. You ready? Now we go. I know you're all very, very jealous of my 13 damage and maybe a one shot of extra damage. Oh my god. Okay. Hello, sir. How are we today? I'm honestly quite happy for him to take the spotting. Because, I mean, if there's loads of people behind him, which there could be, it's probably better. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. We edit that out. Enemy team! We will probably end up dying here, but it's fine. I kind of want to go and find the artillery. There he is. Now, hopefully I can hide. Okay, the biggest threat is now off the enemy team, which is the Leffe. By far the biggest threat. Oh dear. The other one is still quite an issue. And I'm dead. Yes. Listen, it's okay. We've done some spotting. We should win, hopefully. Even more spotting. Good. And we got one blind. Perfect. Did we even get the extra shot or not? I can't remember. I mean, it's good enough combined. Apply. At tier 7, we have the T43. In update 2.0, the T43 was buffed, and this thing is an absolute terror now. You have 220 alpha damage with 164 standard penetration. The premium rounds, being ABCR, go up to 212 pen. The HE rounds on this vehicle have 44 pen with 300 alpha. You have a 5.3 second reload time, which gives you 2,400, nearly 2,500 DPM, 0.32 accuracy, and a 1.97 second aim time. The gun on this tank is the best feature about it. Okay, the rest of the tank is fine as well, but the gun is really, really good. 220 alpha at tier 7 with a good reload time and nice DPM. Perfect sweet spot at this tier. More than accurate to snipe when you need to, and you can go in and deal the damage when you need to as well. You have 1,200 hit points, you got 55 fours, 20 in reverse, and nearly a 22 power to weight. 17% camo, just like the rest of the vehicles, and 460 meters view range. Now let's just take a moment to speak about the equipment, because yes, I am running config. It's 2026, it's the year of the modified configuration. The reason why is that this thing will get set on fire a lot. The thing is, with this tank and going forwards, you need to have config or experimental hardening to go and maximize the use of this vehicle. They absolutely adore getting set on fire, either through the engine or the fuel tanks. Most of the time though, it is the fuel tanks because they are mounted in such a stupid location like the front of the vehicle, for instance. So yes, you could go ahead and put tier 3 experimental hardening, but that's not really what these videos are for. I only use standard equipment, and the only way of me doing this is to use config. And no, it is not worth using the tier 1 or tier 2 for experimental hardening because it doesn't really give you enough in my opinion. Nor, as you can see here, does it prevent a fuel tank fire or ammo rack explosion like config does. Now the armor on the T43 is very similar to what you got in the last tier. The turret armor is not really very good, but you do have some ricochet spots either side and a cupola above it. The hull armor is okay, actually, at 100mm thick. It's a lot better than the previous tank, but still not very good for a tier 7. However, as you can see here, you can side scrape exceptionally well. And if you angle something like this and go around the corner, you're going to do very, very well indeed. So yes, the T43 is an absolute terror at tier 7 now. And if you haven't played it in a while, I definitely recommend you go and do, because it is lovely to play. Alright, mines. We're top tier at least. We do what we always do. We go to this location. We go and see what's coming up the hill. We pre-aim. We aim. We aim. Aim. Bit more aiming. And boop. Goodbye! Can I maybe get a shot on this as they're crossing? Maybe on the Tiger 131? No. Unless he hasn't gone here. Am I just way too small? No, he just hasn't crossed yet. Okay. Okay, the VK is going over here, so that's fine. We have vision on this bit. All is okay for there. If he pushes, he dies. Tiger is moving. I wish you could put stab on this thing. This would be so nice with stab. But then I am kind of running out of equipment slots. I mean, I didn't expect it to hit. Kind of didn't expect that one to hit either. Alright, let's go and see if we can... What? Where are you? Why are you here? Should I try and go up on the hill? T20, you're very low. Good. Jagdpanther shot though. I'm getting quite lucky with these shots. Gun is actually behaving. Okay, the problem is that I don't want to take another shot. We are winning at the moment, but that can very quickly change. On the plus side, we do have the chopper there. We'll go around and see what the tiger's doing. Finish him off. Perfect. Just wait a second to get unspotted. Let's go and see if we can go out wide over there. Okay, here we go. Hello, friend. Greetings. How are you? I'm a bit worried about the... I don't know if the IKV is still here, actually. I think he would have spotted me. Or, sorry, he would have shot me by now, if he was there. Oh, I mean, the artillery tried to shoot me. What health is the IKV on? 400. I mean, he was down a little bit, so... Do we have enough people to shoot what gets spotted? Okay, I can't actually do what I was thinking of doing. The IKV is still here. So he's still chilling here. We aim. Not spotted, though. We probably didn't hit him. Burza! Hello! Good. Can we finish him off? I mean, fantastic reaction time, Max. Well done, mate. Right, the IKV is probably still in this location. Also, the Nashorn is a problem. Potentially, we hit him. We somehow hit... I don't understand how we hit that, but sure, yep. And now... Oh my, hello. He's more accurate than me, so... And now we get rewarded with some free farm. Look at that. Beautiful. Wonderful. Lovely. This tank's very nice, actually. Very, very nice. 2.6, 3 kills. Apply. At tier 8, we have the T-44. And I'll tell you right now, this is the best tank in this line. It's kind of pointless going any further than this, and I'll direct you to the T-54 instead. You have 250 alpha damage with 215 standard penetration. The premium rounds being APCR, 268 pen. The HE on this vehicle is 50 pen with 330 alpha. You have a 5.5 second reload time, which gives you 2,700 DPM, 0.31 accuracy, and a 1.9 second aim time. This tank was buffed in 2.0, and it's mainly to the penetration more than anything that you'll notice. The standard penetration used to be 190, and now it's obviously 215, and the premium one went from 240 to now 260 something. This has really brought it up to speed with the rest of the tier 8s, and it now feels lovely to play. You have 1,400 hit points, you got 56 kilos out of forwards, 23 in reverse, and nearly 22 power to weight. We have 34% camo now, and we are using a camo crew, with 26% on the move, and 473 meters view range. But you'll notice here, there is no config. Now, this is not because I don't want to use config, I definitely do, but I also want stab, and I need optics. Otherwise, this tank just doesn't work. So really, the only thing that I'd want to ditch for the config is optics, but you can't really do that because if I do, I go down to 430 meters, which is not good enough. So what I like to do with this tank is simply pray I don't get set on fire. Oh, and by the way, just so we're all clear, if you use the 122 on this gun, you're a psychopath. The armor on this vehicle is good. Turret armor, more than good enough. As you'll see here, yes, there are spots that are 220 millimeters thick, but even if we do fire premium, it's a very small thing to hit. A lot of the time when you go hold down, you are going to bounce stuff in this vehicle, unless it's against something that has a lot of pen. And the upper frontal hull is okay. It's not excellent, but some bounces against standard rounds, I guess. But once again, you can side scrape in this vehicle because it's 75 millimeters of side armor here. This means that pretty much everything that you meet, you will be able to bounce with your side armor when you're side scraping, apart from like an FV firing AP. And the tank itself is also very, very small and low profile, which gives you an advantage if you are just moving around the map. And that honestly paints a perfect picture of what this tank is capable of. It can go anywhere and be anywhere where it needs to be. And once you actually get there, you then have the DPM, you have the armor to side scrape. It's just a lovely tank in general. Again, I'm going to say the same thing as the T-43. If you haven't played this tank in a while, it is well worth going ahead and playing it. Okay, we are now on Paris with the enemy team. Hello, hello. Oh, good, another Ares. I love Ares. That is just fantastic to play against, actually. I mean, the issue is here. We're going to premium because the Ares exists and it's needing premium for its turret. Thank you, Wargaming. Don't worry. Can't even pen it with premium. Oh, look. You're like me, but better. Although, the way you're playing, that's not the case. He has just knocked out my gun twice. Oh no, he has autoloader syndrome. Oh, please, God. Thank you. So what was at the very back? The Sotek. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, the Sotek is a pretty big issue. Ooh, he's dying. This is good. Maybe if I can just... At least... We don't need premium for this. We need to try and do damage to him. Okay. I really want my gun back. And I know for a fact I cannot HE pen him. There's also the SU-130PM behind them though, which is another issue entirely. I mean, all the time he's spamming standard rounds. He can pen me, but if he was firing heat at me, for example, I would already be dead. Because there's very, very little area on my turret that he can't pen with heat. ELC even 90 is still existing. That looked like it went through the terrain. But we take them, okay? We take them. Reload HE, maybe for ELC. Oh, big hee-hee. If we spot the SU... I can HE him. The issue is going to be right at the very back over here, though. Oh? Unlucky. Unlucky. I don't think he peeks up again. And I think the ELC will try and push forwards as well. I'm not sure if the backshot is actually spotting this entirely. As soon as the issue peeks up, he's spotted again. Or not. There's also this. This is a problem. Like, the heavy's pushing through this flank. Okay, you know what? I think we go back to base to try and secure it. I can't really do much for this. Kanonan's coming through the middle as well. No, I go back to base. I go back to base. I go back to base while I still can. And we obviously load premium because heavy tanks. Oh, wow. Did the Forest Spirit miss as well? Not fantastic. I mean, I'm pretty certain I don't actually need premium for this, but we'll use it. I don't think I need premium really for any of these. I don't think we're winning. The MX is low. Put one in here. No, no, it's not going to matter. Oh, he even hits that. You out of ammo? You on reload? I use this then as cover. Although this is actually made it worse. Tiger 2 is coming around this way. I don't think he comes around behind me. If he comes around behind me, then whatever. Not quite, not quite. I just needed a team. Unfortunately, I did not have that. Well, 4.8, ace tanker on a loss, high caliber, no apply. At tier 9, we have the T54. What do you mean it's not the T54? I want to play that one. Please let me play. Please. At tier 9, we have the Object 430. This thing is shit. Well, okay, not necessarily the tank, but the gun especially is. And to be honest with you, that's how the rest of this line goes. The actual tank themselves are not bad in any way, but the gun really is quite bad. You have 390 alpha damage with 238 standard penetration. Oh dear. The pre-rounds being APCR bumped up to 270. Okay, that's not awful, considering the E50 has the same kind of thing, so okay, fair enough. The HE rounds on this vehicle are 61 pen with 530 alpha damage. You have a 7.8 second reload time, and that gives you nearly 3000 DPM. However, your accuracy has gone up to 0.38, which it was 0.32 on the last two tanks, and a 2.2 second aim time. This gun, there is no other way of describing it other than not really very good. It has massive bloom. If you use it without stab, I don't think you're human. Not to mention that you also have 5 degrees of gun depression, which is not good as well. You are constantly battling both the bloom and the gun depression with these tanks going forwards. The rest of these vehicles, I've not mentioned the gun depression because they've been either good or okay. The previous tank being a T44, for example, had 7 degrees of gun depression. It's okay on most maps. 5 degrees Not really. You have 1,820 hit points, and you go at 50 km/h forwards, 18 in reverse, and a 15 power to weight. Much slower than the other tanks as well. However, you do have a 37% camo rating with 28% on the move, but only 439 meters view range. The reason for that is that we are running config instead of the optics, and you really need config on this vehicle and the ones going forwards. The armor on this vehicle is good, and also bad at the same time. As you'll see here, very strong turret, but oh dear, you can get overmatched here and also here. Anything greater than a 120 caliber gun will be able to overmatch your hull very easily, and anything greater than a 90 caliber gun will be able to overmatch your roof very easily. And the rest of it is around about 200 pen needed if you want to go through the upper hull or the lower plate. And I won't lie, this armor layout does not correlate to it being a lot slower, because I would rather play a T44 tier for tier than this thing every single day of the week. And even though that you can side scrape in this vehicle, it's very effective, it doesn't really matter, because once you do meet someone that can overmatch this bit, it's over for you. Although the side scraping potential is actually still less than the T44, which is quite funny. Oh, and the rear of the vehicle is 40mm fixed, so have fun penning that. This tank being low profile and also having no gun depression and bad bloom and bad accuracy kills the tank. It just does. It is not enjoyable to play, the gun is not fun to play, and the tank itself, okay, it has some form of armor, but if you meet the correct people, you have no armor at all. And with the amount of high alpha damage tanks in the game now, especially at tier 9 and beyond, the fact that you meet tier 11, for example, the game is just over for you. And I'm going to bring it up because it's the same for the E50. 270 premium pen is not enough to meet a tier 11. I cannot pen a Taschenratter. Right, can we play... What is this guy doing? Let's see. You wanted to go down? No. Oh, now he is. And he'll continue pushing. Okay, I'm not too sure why. Well, I can't even pen that. I don't want to on B. Do we get any more assistance? Might be able to get a little bit more assistance, actually. Just keeping him spotted here. My team is running off and I'm dead now. I didn't run in time. Well, he's very angry. He's very angry, actually. Do I... Oh, he repairs in time. Okay. FV dying is very important. Okay. Can we maybe shoot this? People? Like, maybe the Udas could come and play the game? Need premium. Oh, good. They're coming in to play now. That's good. Oh, God. You see how big the bloom was then on that? Is the Uda's going to finish that? He is. And I can use HE. My God, I mean, we rolled for 663, which is massive, but look how bad the bloom is. This is with stab. Alright, let's just use premium from now on, just to guarantee some damage, especially at longer ranges. Shell velocity will help out. I mean, I'm not spotted, so that's good. I should be able to push up to this. I mean, I have decent camo anyway. Whew, the gun hit something. T57 maybe on reload now. If he is, he might try and run away. Uda's 0-3 alt-3 as well is a problem over here. Well, he's not there. He's actually all the way over there. Alright, well. Hello, Cack Tank. Where you at? Okay, not a bad game. This gun is awful. Like, really, really awful. 4.5, 2k assistance, no apply for you. Awful tank. At tier 10, we have the Object 430U. You have 440 alpha damage with 252 standard penetration. The premiums being heat this time, bumped up to 340 pen. The HE on this vehicle is much better at 68 pen with 530 alpha. By far the best in the line that we've seen. Reload time is 8.24 seconds, and that gives you 3,200 DPM, 0.35 accuracy, and a 2.1 second aim time. However, you still have 5 degrees of gun depression. Once again, this tank is awful. Well, again, the gun being awful. You are required to have stab because the bloom levels are atrocious, but this gun in particular, and okay, fair enough, my session wasn't very good, but I just didn't hit anything with it. Fully aimed shots that you think, no problem, that's hitting, just goes, ha, goodbye. Overall, I think a lot of people are going to find this tank incredibly frustrating to play because of this gun. You have 2,000 hit points, which is very good. You do have 2,000 hit points, which is very good. You go at 50 km/h forward, 16 reverse, and a 15 power to weight. Very, very similar to what you had in the previous tank. However, you do have 40% camo rating with 464 meters view range. This is very, very good. And we're still using config, rammer, and stab. Exactly the same as the previous tank. This time we are obviously running field mods because we've reached tier 10. All of these field mods would go down in the tiers depending on which ones you can select. They'll be exactly the same. Left hand side for the first one to negate the ammo rack penalty and a damaged gun, etc. Then we go for the aiming. Then we go for the camo. You could alternatively, if you wanted to be a pure brawler. For number 7, we go for the hit points. And then for number 8, we go for the left hand side to give us some more view range. The other side doesn't really matter too much. You could leave this blank as well. Now when it comes to the armor of the 430U though, this is the best in the entire line. You have an incredibly strong turret, and even if I fire heat at it, yeah, there's only a few spots that I can actually pen. But without it, yeah, you're not really penning this. Standard rounds are not going to cut it. And if you actually meet the 430, which is a tier below, they just can't pen you. Upper frontal hull armor is very, very good, until you fire heat, that is. And the side scraping potential is there on this vehicle. It is very, very strong while side scraping, especially because you don't really have an overmatch here like you did with the 430. Be aware though, the upper hull on this is only 30mm thick, which means anything greater than a 90 caliber gun will be able to overmatch you here. And because you're also very, very low profile, this is going to happen a lot. If you face like something like a Type 5, for instance, they will just overmatch you every single time. They don't even need to pen the shot with the actual penetration they have. They just need to find the shot either here or at the very rear on the engine deck, and they will pen. But also considering armor flashlight is in the game, when you do face hug someone, this is a very, very easy shot to hit. But overall, the armor is exceptional on this tank. So the 430U, and I won't lie to you, at this point in the session, I was getting into despair territory. I think I had played around about an hour, maybe an hour and a bit, of the 430U, and it was just not working. The constant games being 15-5, very, very fast games, and the gun not wanting to hit anything is a nightmare combination. And I feel like a lot of average players are going to feel this pain, especially with this tank. It is painful to play this vehicle without all the souped up equipment. So if you are just an average player, good luck with this vehicle. Good luck. Okay, is anyone wanting to do the cross? They really shouldn't be, but you never know. Enemy team? I mean, I can't push this. Right, I guess we're just pushing this. I should spot the FE. I mean, the M60 should be dealing with the mouse. FE just fired. Don't have to worry about him. Deal with the 60 TP. Aim. Oh my god, there is a meatball donation! Please! This gun is awful. This gun is horrendous. It's actually useless. There's nothing wrong with that, but you love a bad tank. Do we have anybody here that I can shoot? I can shoot them here if they get spotted through that. I should have really just looked at the hill. Yep, that's really gone well. Good. And the other 430U is still over here, though. Let's be honest. With this gun, that's not going to happen. Okay, let's load heat. And we go hold down over here. Or at least try to. Doing damage, however, is another factor which I hope will come into fruition soon. I mean, their entire team is boxed in. Please, gun. Please. Just let it be over. Let me just move on to the next tank and I can be done with playing you. Please. Thank you. Now just a few more shots like that. I'm so fed up with this tank. Oh, you hit that, do you? Yeah. The classic. And then you're bouncing off cupolas again. That's the best game I've had. That's gonna have to do. I'm not playing this tank anymore. That is literally all I've got for the last, like, I don't know, hour of trying to play this tank. This gun is useless. It's actually pathetic. This might be one of the worst tier 10 mediums that you can play right now. It actually might be one of the worst tier 10 mediums you can play. Yeah, you're not getting a apply. At tier 11, we have the Object 432U. You now have 460 alpha damage with 263 standard penetration, and the standard round is actually APCR now. The pre-round being heat bumps out to 340 pen, and the HE on this vehicle is 68 with 550 alpha. You have a 9.2 second reload time with 2,900 DPM. Why has it now gone down from the tier 10? 0.33 dispersion with a 2 second aiming time. This gun is better than the 430 by a long shot, however, it's definitely not amazing. And we'll speak about the ability in a little bit, but the ability on this tank is not necessarily something that you always want to use. You do have 2,250 hit points, you go at 50 km/h forwards, 18 in reverse, and 15.75 power to weight. Camera rating is slightly down from the 430U at 32%, but you still have 25% on the move as well, with 450 meters view range. And obviously we are using config, rammer, and stab. Now, as I said earlier, when it comes to the ability of this vehicle, it's a little bit weird and you probably don't want to use it all the time. You see, you'll go through your normal reload time, and then you'll be able to click a button and it will start preheating the gun to give you more alpha damage. Depending on how upgraded this is, will depend on how long it takes and the amount of alpha damage you actually have. But the problem is that it doesn't really give you more DPM because it takes longer to then load it. I mean, I'm sure people that are much smarter than me will work out the exact calculations, but it just doesn't seem to be actually worth it, especially if you low roll the shell. You've just waited for all that time for no reason. And I know that it's not the same DPM as the 430U, but it makes sense because of the ability, so I can live with that. But most of the time, I've just been thinking, what is the point of this? Now, the armor is both better and worse than the 430U because it's slightly worse, but then also it's probably better overall. As you'll see here, this is very strong. Only has a cupola that you can hit, which makes it slightly worse than the 430U, but at the same time, the turret is much stronger. If I fire heat at it, yes, there are shots here and here, but if you go slightly too far, these are heat shields that will act against that. And yes, I can get penned up here and also here, but again, you go a little bit too far right, a little bit too far left, you're going to bounce. And yes, the upper hull is very strong against standard rounds, but once again, heat rounds go straight through this. Around about 300 needed. And the lower plate is pretty weak at 220 pen needed to go straight through. Again, we're speaking about tier 11s here. A lot of the time, this is not a problem. Now, this does have the same kind of feature as the 430 at tier 9, where it has two little triangles that meet in the middle each side, but this is not as weak as the 430s. This is 55mm, so yes, the higher caliber guns will be able to overmatch you here, so you need to watch out for that, but most people that you meet won't be able to. And once again, side scraping ability is super strong. This is the strongest out of all of them because it's 100mm of side armor. Nothing in the game can actually overmatch you here at all. So overall, armor is very good on this tank. So is it an awful tank? Well, this is definitely the best tank in the line, but considering that you have to go through the 430, then the 430U to get to then this tank, you can be very unhappy once you get here, especially if you need to then go and grind all the upgrades to actually make this tank very good. And the main problem with this tank is that other tanks exist that are just so much better than it. Why would I play a 432U when I could go and play a hacker? The ability is a bit of a gimmick, the tank itself is mediocre, at least the gun is okay and better than the previous tanks, but that's really not saying much. And once again, I need to pre-warn you, I was in very much despair once we reached this game in the Tetris Showcase. Well, oh hello. It is time to go and see if we can shoot someone crossing. Activate the ability. Get ready. Oh. Oh, hello. 616. Not bad. You could just go around us, you know, rather than ramming into us. Once again, lovely teammates. Do I just push this? Yeah, you know what. We'll push it. I don't have the gun depression, but it should be okay. Oh. I don't want to go that side in case people are at the very back. See right there, I should have actually just not bothered with the ability and just tried to shoot him. You kind of get baited with this ability quite a bit. You feel like you should be using it, but you really don't need to use it. I mean, I'm rolling for 500. Like, it's all RNG. I mean, artillery doesn't help. Well, I have a damaged gun now, which is very, very much not good. 477. Yeah, I don't think it's worth using the ability most of the time. Unless you really, really need it to help you like confirm a kill, it's not worth using it. Now PTZ and mouse is a big issue for me, but what I need to do is just push forwards here and then kill the 432U. So with this, I'll just wait until I get full ability. So we can put as much in as we can. PTZ just fired. Maybe the pattern will kill this. No, that's fine. I have my gun back in a second as well, which I need. Very good. Get my gun back. Thank you. Artie missed as well. PTZ just fired. Please repair in time. Now I should just fire on reload. Or at least try to. Oh, please. Just fire on reloads. PTZ just fired as well. I have to finish this guy off, otherwise he's going to shoot me again. FV just fired. For God's sake, man! I love artillery. It's really fun trying to play the game and you're just getting shat on from the back of the map. Well, there you go. There's the good enough game. This tank is useless. Well, 5.9, 4 kills, no apply. It wasn't getting an apply anyway. So in closing, do I recommend the 432U tech tree? No! Go and get a 140. This is outdated. It is completely useless. Unless the 430 and the 430U get a buff to the gun, the 140 is a better tank in every single regard. The T54 is better than the 430. The 140 is better than the 430U. The fact that this has a tier 11 is a bonus, and yes, the tier 11 exists and is another tank to get, which is fine to play. So why would you play it over the other tanks? But if the 140 gets a tier 11, this line is obsolete entirely. So what I would suggest you do, you go along your merry way, go all the way up to T44 and think, oh, look, the 430. No, go for the T54 and get a 140. Do not go for this line. So there you go. Enjoy your 140. See you all later.